Yo, this only happens with you, so you gotta be the bad luck. I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Okay, now bad luck. All right, boop. All right, yeah, get out this house.
That's petty.
Don't call me bad luck. I'm trying to spread love. You got to pay your bill. Did you pay the bill?
It's hilarious.
That's what my boy. I used to be our ongoing joke when somebody's cell phone wasn't working. Just come out and say, "Man, pay your bill, nigga. That shit don't work."
No, for real. So, what are some of the things that women do over there to make your lives easier?
I mean, if you watch the channel, I'll show you that damn near every episode. I mean, it's just there's defined gender roles. You know what I mean? You know, I provide and protect. She nurtures and takes care. You know what I mean? And I like it like that. You know what I mean? I like being a man and providing and protecting because number one, you know, people with the matrix mentality, they'll call that tricking. I got a woman cooking for me, cleaning for me, taking care of me, translating for me, doing things that I could not do, negotiating. I got all of these things for a woman and y'all see, I can't make this up. Like, you know, this is really what it is. And people with a matrix mindset will call that tricking. Meanwhile, you know what I mean? It's like if we say, okay, well, let's turn the camera around and see what your life's like since we tricking. Let's see what you're doing, and you will see it's just all smoke and mirrors, man. It's like, you know, they just talking. I'm showing you guys what it's like. I'm showing you guys what it's like to have a woman that her job is to like take care. Like it's almost like that's the best way to put it. If you want to call it tricking, you could. How about an employee? You know, and I don't know. Like a woman might take that wrong in the matrix, but I don't know what else to say. You know what I mean? Because she takes care of me and I take care of her. So it's like, is that what an employee does? I don't know what you would call it, but I definitely wouldn't call it tricking. I would call it a good deal for everybody. You know what I mean? Because go ahead.
I think I would call it like a legit, like a helpmate, like not like a helpmate. You know?
Yeah. That's yeah, and it's like, but the Matrix thing. That's another thing why I'll never live in the U.S. again. I can't see myself living there again. That's another thing. It's like everything is turned upside down. So if you get a passport, you get shamed and you whatever they say about people with passports. If you get a good woman, you're tricking. If you enjoy your life, you're faking. If you because that's all they know is like just a negative tone. Like I don't get a lot of negative. If you read my comments, like in my say, I don't get a lot of like negativity. I would say literally 99% of the comments are positive because I rather have quality over quantity, just good people. You know what I mean? Because if a person comes on my channel hating, then it's obvious that their life is just horrible. So they got to like come and spray some hate juice over here. You know what I mean? How dare him have such a happy life when a mom over here is struggling? You know what I mean? And it's like, I get it, but it's like, instead of hating, take this game that I'm giving you and see that you can have the same thing. I'm no special or no different. Like I said, the playing field is level. I'm no different than anybody else. Like I said, I met Elle getting a foot massage, yo. You know what I mean? I was getting a foot massage. And I was like, this girl is beautiful. Like she looked way different. Like I was like, this one is cool. Let me see what this is about. You know what I mean? So I have me a cool friend out here. That's what I was looking, man. It took me, we've been together going on 3 years next month. We didn't officially like what happened. How it happened was, like I said, I was on my way to Cambodia, Vietnam, stopping in Thailand. When I was in Thailand, that's when the beer virus hit. So me and her, we was taking little trips around Thailand, and then the beer virus hit, and she been with me ever since. It ain't like we planned on it, and I was like, all right, you gonna live with me, and we gonna do this because I was moving around. You understand me? Like y'all young too, hey. Y'all get it, man. I'm telling you, man. I don't care if you 26 or 56. This place will wear you out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got enough. You ain't got enough ammunition in your holster to be able to deal with what's out here, man. It's literally, I'm telling you, man. It's like I know it's hard to believe because y'all in the majors and y'all can't see it, but I'm telling you, man. Everything I'm showing you legit. Now I got a question for you with y'all young asses. Let me ask y'all a question. And when I say asses, I mean that in the most heterosexual. What would you guys want to see? Is there something that I'm not like tapping into with you guys, like at your age range? Is there something that I could be showing you guys, or, or something that you guys would want to see I haven't seen, or show more of what I haven't shown, or what is it that you guys look for?
It's kind of hard to critique because you hit all the areas. I think the only thing is like the people that that usually, like, the people that are in Thailand or that you've inspired and that are like, oh, I came because of you, are
Mm.
typically within the 30, 35, 40s. And it's like, I know I seen an interview, I don't know if it was Passport Worlds or whatever his name is. He was like 29. So I forgot his name. So it's
Ja, you
like,
talking about Ja?
yeah, he's 29 years old. He got a YouTuber.
Is that the one at where's at the restaurant talking about Colombia, Thailand, or Brazil?
Exactly. So it's like,
he's 29,
okay.
yeah.
So I guess he's the closest thing to us.
Mhm.
Because I was telling my homie, I was like, yeah, I want to see people our age out there. I want to see some young boys out there, and see how they react to it, see how they go crazy to it. Because I know people our age would go crazy. I know you're planning on doing that soon. Like when you hit 100,000, you're gonna fly somebody out there and all those things. The content is phenomenal. I feel like you hit everything on the nose. I think there's a lot of people my age that don't have passports. You know what I'm saying? And my demographic needs to be reached. And
Right.
I think that's, yeah, for anybody 25 or 26 and to like 20 to 25, 26. Yeah.
Here's the thing that y'all know who Auston Holleman is.
I interviewed him.
Okay, so Auston is you guys' age, right? He's about your age.
He's 23.
That's right. Auston is younger. Yeah. I know he was in that range. Yeah, like Auston is like he's. I just matter of fact, we just text each other just now. I'm gonna give him a call when I get off. He's coming out here. You know what I mean? So I'm sure we'll join forces and do some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. He, like you guys are in the same age range. He's younger, but you guys are pretty much same age range. But yeah, that's what we're trying to do. I'm trying to. I want this to be for everybody. The problem is when you're at the age you guys are at, you can't get up and move around like you might want to because you got a job or you got whatever, and you might not have the finances to do it. That's why it's more for at least from the analytical point, is between 35 and 55. Because at that point in your age, you're gonna give yourselves like 5 more years. You guys are gonna be more comfortable in where you're at and what you're doing and making money. You know what I mean? So that might be a reason, but my content is for everybody that's over 18. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you know what I mean? So it's like I wish I could have people your age and younger. I mean, they can come. I'm doing my job. I'm showing y'all what it is. Blueprint. So it's like, now that's on them if they want to come and all of that stuff. But I definitely welcome that, man. The only thing I say, and I say this to everybody, it's like, especially at a younger age, man, it's easy to get buck wild and get in trouble out here, man, because even though I show you guys like a lot of like, beautiful women and all of this stuff. It's like, it's a very conservative country, believe it or not. They allow things in certain areas, you know what I mean? It's in a controlled area, but you can't just be out there just, doing whatever the hell you want, however the hell you want. They got strict rules and guidelines, and they will kick you out or put you in jail, and it's nothing nice. You know what I mean? So you have to like, do your research. See, I got an episode called "Welcome to Thailand. Just don't go to jail," because this place is Disneyland. You know what I mean? But Disneyland can turn into a nightmare if you disrespect, violate, do anything goofy, which you really don't. Everybody, like last night, there was a festival last night, like a little parade or whatever. It's
I've seen that.
Yeah, it was literally like tens of thousands. Did you see when I was walking around?
Yep.
No drama, no nothing, no stress, no loud, no turn. It was just everybody's cool. And like I said in my thing, I tell y'all, man, every 20 steps, you're gonna see a cool one. Did I lie? Did I exaggerate? Did I exaggerate when I when I walked through that thing? Every 20 steps, like I can't make this up. I know it's hard to believe, but every 20 steps.
You never exaggerate at all.
At all. And the thing of it is, what makes it even better opposed to the Matrix, what makes it even better is like these people have good attitudes. You're not going to get sued for giving them a compliment. You're not going to get in trouble for giving them a compliment. You know what I mean? They're gonna, even if they're like married or in a relationship, they're still going to give you the respect to like, I have a boyfriend. Sorry. It's all respect. It ain't no rolling of the neck and all of that goofiness, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's none of that, man. And that's what you young dudes got to see and find out because, and I'm not saying just Thailand, you want to stretch out, man. You want to stretch out and see what it is. Like I've been to Jamaica, I've been to Puerto Rico, I've been to Australia, I've been to Brazil, I've stretched out all over the world. I've been to Italy, I've been to Spain. That's why I call myself the travel OG because OG, you have to put in some work, right? So, 20 countries around the world is work. So that's why I say the travel OG because I earned it. I got my 20 countries in. I just haven't been to Africa yet. Before I haven't been to Asia and I hadn't been to Africa. So now I got Asia. I still haven't been to China or Japan. You can't count a layover. I had a layover in Japan. That's what when you're going from LA to Thailand, there's a layover in either Japan or Korea. So layovers. Huh?
I was in Colombia like 2 weeks ago.
What was that like? That's where I want to go. Tell me about. Now it's your turn for the interview. Tell me about Colombia because my boy Dre out there. Huh?
Listen, that was a life-changing experience. I'm not gonna lie. I was out there wilding. I'm not gonna hold you. I was out there wilding. I mean, I had fun. I had the time of my life. Cost of living is super cheap. $1 US is 4,000 pesos. So, you could live on a little bit for a lot. Everything was inexpensive. Like, and just like you said, it was overwhelming. It got to the point where it was overwhelming to where it's like every step you take, every corner you look, it's just
you're telling them normal day. That's just a normal day. It's just Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's like, do you know what you would be like in America, in the States? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, they built different, and I had my fun, but I also had the best of both worlds. To where it's like I met a few girls that was like that really held it down on some cooked food and did wash my clothes and prepared everything for me that I still talk to this day. To this day, to where it's like, where you gonna?
You can't make this shit up. Like you can't make it up. But that's what I mean by the software. Because that same girl that's doing all that for you, she come to the Matrix. Within 3 years, her software will be. Actually be quicker than that. Probably be within a year. The software will be changed.
Exactly.
So yeah, even 6 months. It could be 6 weeks. You know what I mean? Because nothing more powerful than a girl that's fine that don't know she fine. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? But the problem is in America, even the 3s and 4s think they fine. That's what I mean by upside down, man. It's like I've seen, man, when I used to go on dating sites, I used to go on like POF. Is that still around? They still got POF?
Yeah.
See, I'm giving away my age. I don't know what they got over there. And I know they got Tinder and all that shit. Huh?
They got it.
But even on Tinder, like, see, y'all came in the Tinder age where it's like, dude, man, how many women are gonna really swipe on you? You know what I mean? Like, how many? Because they got so many options, and they all pick the same dudes. You know what I mean? They all want the same prototype male. So and the same prototype male is hitting all of them. You know what I mean? Out here in places like Colombia, the playing field levels out, man, and that's where you want, man. You want to go where you're getting a better deal, right? You don't have to just settle for whatever it is you get, man. You know what I mean? Here, take what you get. Like I watched some lady saying, y'all better trying to get y'all passports. Y'all better stay here and act right. Like,
get the fuck out of here. What? Please.
And I'm telling you, man, once you leave, and because you went to Colombia, but once someone leaves and goes somewhere like a Colombia or a Brazil or a Thailand, because those are my 3 main countries. I haven't been to Colombia yet. I'm doing Colombia soon at some point. Within the next year, I'm doing Colombia. It has to happen. Once you experience it just like you did, once you experience it, when you come back home, everything looks totally different, bro. You'd be like, I can't believe
out of place. I felt out of place. Like I came back and I'm like, what am I doing here? What is this?
You're saying that at what? How old are you? 27?
I'm 26. And the thing is,
26, you're saying that. Imagine
I'm bitter.
46,
Yeah.
36,
Yeah.
56. Man,
And the thing, and the thing is, I done been around. Like I done went to Spain. You know, I was in the military. I was stationed in Germany for 4 years. So you know, I got to deal with every type of woman you could think of, and every place I went to, it's a different type of love. It's a different type of love from the women. They love us there. They crave us there wherever we go. For real. For real.
The software is different. We're the most, I don't know if you watch El Guapo, Beautiful Lies, man.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said it. We're the most sexually desired man on the planet. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They love us. Now, don't get me wrong, in the pecking order, the white boys get first choice. And that's even in Thailand, like I've noticed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, they be like, I got a bad one and I see some bad ones, but it maybe it's a coincidence, but I see them with some of the baddest. Like, where did he find her? Like, it
Now
be
OD, because they think they got the bag. They think they got, you know, the money. You know,
I think that's part of it, but the other part of it, man, you guys don't really understand how influential entertainment is, Hollywood and music. Like Black people got the music genre down, so they love us. You know what I mean? The music. The white boys, you know, they're like Superman and Aquaman, and they can do all this amazing stuff, and they always win the girl at the end and romantic and all of that. So from watching movies, I think they desire that, and then listening to music, they desire. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be way off, but that's just what makes sense to me.
So I think another interesting thing that could be added to your content is seeing someone who's more of an average looking, or you know, maybe don't have the best physical attributes, and you bring them to Thailand and you see them do well, because one of the points you bring up is that it's an even playing field. So if someone sees, you know, a guy 250, 260, 280 pulling women that, you know, a handsome man could pull, I think that might be interesting. That might get a younger audience too. He's like, oh wow, like anybody give. He's 5'4", he's still getting girls, you know, like.
Right. Well, you know what's funny? It's funny that you say that. I got a segment that I do. Y'all haven't seen it yet. It's called "If He Can Have Her, Why Not You?" So, so what I do is like, you see, that's the trick with filming out here. Like, you're not really supposed to be filming people because, you know, somebody might be married and be there with his boo thing. You know, people don't really want to be put on blast. And some of the women out here might not want to be on camera because, you know what I mean, they got somebody taking care of them and they want them, they're supposed to be in the house. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are like leery about being filmed. So it's a select way you got to do it. Like, I try not to invade people's space or privacy. Like, you know, if you have a camera and you're just moving and walking along, you know, they don't really, you know, that's at right now, but laws can change out here at any time. But now they got a new law about filming and stuff like that. So you really got to be cognizant about like what you're doing and how you're filming. But my thing, if he can have her, why not you? I got dudes, man. I'm telling you, man. Last night when I was filming, you'll see a man. I can't make this up, man. Between the ages of 65 and 75. I'm not exaggerating. Between the ages of 65 and 75, and sometimes 80, but on the average, 65 and 75, 65 and 75, you see him with a 24-year-old, 30-year-old, and it's just normal. Like, nobody bats an eye. If you was at home and you seen a 65-year-old dude with a 22-year-old woman, it would be a problem. You know what I mean? But here, it's just normal, man. As long as it's legal, you know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody batting an eye, man. And you get treated like that. So I point out in real time, like, if he can have her, why not you? Matter of fact, I'm glad y'all reminded me. I might have to throw, because it's just a quick, it's not like it's a whole episode. It's like I'll have like 10, 15 seconds of this guy, 5 seconds of that guy, and, you know, something like that, and just showing how you can win.
I've actually seen that in your content, to where it's like you showed for a few seconds an old man with a young girl, some big dirty white guy with, you know, a bad Thai girl, like, you know, and you'll point the camera and be like, you see what I'm talking about? I can't make this shit up. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm saying. If he can have her, why not you? Like, if he can do this, you gonna tell me you can't? And you got to remember what you guys, the advantage you guys do have is youth. So you got to remember, when you look at us that are older than you, we're a snapshot into the future. This is what you're gonna be in the future. you got a choice to be like the travel OG, or you got a choice to be like your homie that's in prison. You got a choice to be working yourself to death. Like, we're a snapshot to where y'all gonna be. So pay attention to the people that's older than you, right? So you can see what's going on. But when you see it, but the advantage you guys have with your youth is, even though you'll see a 25-year-old, let's say for y'all age, 26-year-old with a 60-year-old, right? Even though the playing field is legal, I mean, is level, they would probably much rather be with somebody closer to their age. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got the advantage there. You know, see, it used to be back in the day, it was normal. It was normal for older dudes to be with younger women out here. But now the younger dudes are finding out, and they starting to come. Like, y'all would want to be at a club called 808. Like my boy Ja, you were talking about earlier. Shout out to Ja. Ja just sent me. Matter of fact, I'll show y'all, man. I don't make this shit up. Okay. Oh, look, Ja just texted me. Ja just texted me.
Say less.
Let me see. I'm on a podcast talking about you right now. Period. Let me know if you can tap in. These brothers are your age. All right. So I'm gonna show you, because I told him, I said I need footage because I don't go out, right? So I don't get to go out. So that's 808. Can y'all see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Tell me y'all little 27-year-old having it y'all way.
Lit what? Lit what?
And 808, here's the thing. Brothers, what we normally like. We normally like thick women, right? That's what we normally like. So guess what? In Asian countries, when you thick, you're not beautiful. So our beauty is way different than their beauty, right? So all the thick ones, the dark ones, the melanated ones, that's where they go. They go to 808 because they know they're going to get all the love there, which they do. The only problem, the only catch to it is some of them, they take on that matrix, you know, persona. Like, you know, now they the shit now. They face, you know, they doing they little, you know, they doing all of that American stuff. Not all of them. I ain't been out in a while. Like I said, I don't really get to go out that much. So because I be in here working. But trying to see if get Ja to tap in. Y'all should talk to him because he's that's the guy, is that guy you were talking about.
Okay, so, for sure.
He sees this he just, because I had him like, he's like my man on the streets dude now, like because he goes out all the time. So he's he showed me like the outside of 808. You know what I mean? That's like on Walking Street. See, things are starting to get back to normal now because it's been, you know, the COVID thing had everything all messed up, and now it's crowded, traffic, all that shit. That's enough. It's like almost. Have you ever been to Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay, when you go to Las Vegas, right? You on the Strip, you going to the hotels, you loving that, right? You doing all of that Vegas stuff, right? But somebody that lives in Vegas, they'll tell you, dude, they don't go nowhere near that Strip. They don't want to sit in traffic because they're used to it. So that's kind of like me being out here for 3 years. It's like I'm used to it now. Plus, you know, it'll get a little jelly when I go out, you know what I mean? And that's the difference too. That's the difference. Can you imagine if it was the other way around and we was in the States, Elle could walk 5 steps without like, you know, stepping to her, you know what I mean? But that's the way it is out here. It's everything is reversed. You become the fine chick in the club, you know what I mean? Without being the chick in the club. You become I'm saying in terms of attention, you become that. And that's what's overwhelming. I can't say how I was in Colombia like that, but I
okay, it was so overwhelming.
It's overwhelming, bro. And that's why I try to tell y'all, man. Y'all better listen. Y'all better stay away from them haters. And I ain't got much more to say, but y'all stay away from the haters. Don't let them shame you out of seeing what your life, what you could really have. This brother here has told you guys himself. It ain't just me talking from Thailand. It's somebody who's been to Germany. I never been to Germany. I heard they love brothers out there, and I heard they got the fatties. They got the fatties.
All of that.
Stallions out there. You know what I mean?
Love
brother. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying, man. The world is yours, you guys, man. You guys just have to go and get it, man. Y'all young enough to pick up on the game and do what you do, man. So
what about Brazil? What are some of the
I love Brazil. Brazil is dope. See, like if you ask for my prototype of what it is, like what I like if you saw my ex-wife, if you saw my ex-girlfriends, if you saw my prototype is like, I love a small waist. Everything else can be big. Small waist, fat stomach, everything else can be big. I love natural. That's one thing about Colombia here. They got a lot of, you know, extra out parts. I like natural. I like a natural woman. You know what I mean? So I like everything to be naturally there. Um, I like a beautiful bronze color. And I like something that can just come up out the beach, out of the beach water, and just shake that, and lay back down and finish tanning. You know, yeah, I like that shit. That's what I like. And I don't want it to be a weave either. She got to shake that shit. You know what I mean? I want to see it coming to me in slow motion. Like that's my type, right? So that's what I've always had. So when you talk about Colombia and Brazil, that's the travel OG's like prototype. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So Brazil is cool too, but that's the only thing. Like I say, what takes, and I ain't been to Colombia yet, but what takes Thailand over the top for me is safety. See, in Colombia, he got to worry about
Facts.
if I kiss her titty, am I gonna be asleep for the next 3 days and wake up all my shit gone? I'm missing a kidney. You know what I mean? If I'm in Brazil, are they gonna just snatch my cell phone out of my hand? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. Am I gonna get robbed in the middle of daylight? You know what I mean? Like the stories I've heard when I was in Brazil it was cool. Like I went a long time ago. But cool when I went. But the stories you hear, it's just like being in LA. Like everybody ain't gang banging and everybody ain't
Mm.
dangerous and all that stuff. But when you hear the stories, it makes you go, damn, you think everything's like that. So you got to err on the side of caution. So Brazil has that tough, because think about it, man. Like I like mixed, anything mixed with black to me is usually beautiful. You can mix a black, you can take an ugly black person and an ugly anything else and make Halle Berry. You know what I mean? So it's like that. So I like mixed women, and what makes Brazil and Colombia so dope is because they got the African, they got the indigenous Indian, and then they got a European. Because everybody that conquered, what's the first thing men do when they conquer? They impregnate the women and create their own thing. That's why a lot of this country speaks Spanish. That's why in Brazil and Colombia they speak Spanish. Mexico, all the way down Chile, all the way down, because the Spaniards came and conquered them. Why do we speak English? Because the English conquered the Indians. Whoever conquered, that's the language that you speak. So they have this beautiful mix. You know what I mean? They have it in Brazil. They got it in Colombia, and I love that mix, man. I just love mixed people. I think it's beautiful. That's why, because we're black, whatever we touch, whatever we impregnate, that becomes black because we got the most powerful, the strongest genes. I'm not saying that just because I'm black. I'm saying it because these are facts. Like scientists say this. So that's what I love, man. I love mixing. I love culture. I love learning culture. I love learning languages. I love learning food, trying different food. And that's part of the experience. Don't get me wrong, man. Women is the exclamation point, to being in Thailand or anywhere else. That's the exclamation point. But you got so many other layers to the country. Like I said, cost of living, food, culture, language. You got all of this stuff. And then the exclamation point is, having a beautiful woman that will love you for who you are, hopefully, if you pick the right one. Like, that's another thing too. If y'all like, 'cause a lot of people are suckers, man. And I say that when I'm episode, y'all see it. If you're a sucker, you're gonna get licked. Because
Yep, I seen that.
yeah, because if you don't, if you don't, I mean, you still gotta, even though I say this is a safe place where we're from, whether it's Jamaica or Africa or South Central LA, you always gotta keep your head on the swivel and be aware wherever you are, because you can get it anywhere, you know what I mean? But it's just the chances are less likely. So, but even still, you got to be aware. So if you meet a beautiful woman that's half your age, that's every 5 minutes crying they need money about something, bitch, I just met you 2 days ago. You know what I mean? But
Exactly.
people will tell you who they are. You know what I mean? So when people show you who they are, believe them. But some men just be caught up. I got this fine ass girl. You know what I mean? That's all they can think about. You know what I mean? But there's finding a woman in Thailand, Colombia, Brazil, in my opinion, is the least of your worries. The real challenge is finding the right woman. That's the challenge. And once you the right woman, if that's what you want, like that's nothing too, man. Man, don't let them do this to you guys, man. I gotta tell y'all, man. It's like whose business is it why you come out here and what you come out here for? If you coming out here to party till your piece fall off, if you're trying to knock as many things down as you can, that's you. You on your vacation. Who's to say? But when you go to Vegas, it's okay. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. If you want to do that, it's okay. But if a man want to exercise his option, they always try to belittle it. But the reason why a lot of times they belittle it because they know the cat is out of the bag. And once we realize that the shenanigans ain't acceptable, that's really what they worried about, in my opinion. But it's too late, man. It's over, man. Like I said, with that Kevin Samuels thing, it's over. Like I could. What is the advantage of somebody in the Matrix? And now, don't get me wrong. Not everybody's like that. You can still find some good ones, but the internet is blown up to where everybody thinks they fine. And that's a problem because everybody ain't fine, you know what I mean? And that's another thing about like Brazil, Colombia, Thailand. The women are beautiful, but they don't think they fine because everybody's beautiful. Like we all, you know what I mean? We all in shape. We all cool. I'm nothing special. I'm just, I'm just another orange in the orange bag. You know what I mean? It's like, no, baby, if you was in the United States, you would be a straight up killer. So
yes.
Yeah. But anyway, I know I talked y'all ear off, man. Are y'all good?
He definitely good. The Kevin Samuels thing was really disheartening. I'm not gonna lie. It was.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of talking crap about people who have passed, no matter how much you dislike them, because I feel like they're gone already. So just let them go. What more is there to say? And for so many people to rejoice, it was so disheartening, man. It was so disheartening.
That's just exposes who they really are. You know what I mean? That's why I say, like, if people come on my channel and start hating, it's like, you're exposing yourself because number one, I don't talk bad about Black women ever. You watch my channel, I don't do that. I stay away from the negative. Like I always show people like, why don't you show when people, get their heart broken? Why don't you show when people, whatever, something bad happens? I'm like, that's not my experience. If I have a bad experience, trust me, I will talk about it. But my experience is 99% has been, wonderful because this place, there's no stress. The only stress you have here is the stress you put on yourself. Shout out to the golf police. That's his line. But it's true. The only stress you're going to have is stress you. As long as you play good in the sandbox, there's no reason to get stressed out. So for somebody to hate on somebody trying to show people a better life and encourage brothers, that just lets you know their state of mind. You know what I mean? So, and you got to pray for them, man, because, just think about that, man. People hating on somebody for having a passport.
It's crazy.
That's like earlier. That's like hating on somebody for having a driver's license. That's all it is. It's a glorified driver's license. It's just your ID to show where you are in the world. It's not, you know what I mean? So it's like for people to hate on, think about that. Like you got to really let that sink in. Like, cause I used to think like, why are they mad? They mad because we got passports? Like, what is what?
It don't make sense to me.
At all. So that lets you know that's just where they are in their life, man. So, but the thing for me, hey, you get mad because I'm showing you I got my passport. I'm really gonna make you mad. When you finish seeing what I'm about to do in these next episodes, you really gonna get mad because it fuels me. Because whatever you don't want people to see, I'm really gonna show it to them now. Because all I need somebody to do is tell me I can't do something. You know what I mean? That's all I need you to do. That's all the motivation I need. You know what I mean? So especially when I'm moving in righteousness, especially when I'm moving in with a positive message, it's like you can't stop me, man. I got to keep on going.